Hi, I'm Chuck Callahan, and we're at Purdue University.
And I'm Margaret Sass, and I have some questions on our last teaching tip, learning outcome number 6. And this part is very intriguing to me because we are talking about assessments, which I am currently looking at for this semester.
Well, when you put your course together, you have to decide how you're going to define how students are succeeding in your course. How are you going to evaluate that they're actually learning the information, how they're actually developing the skill sets you want them to develop? Your specific learning objective assessments are going to provide that information.
So we have 3 purposes of assessments. To be honest, I didn't know there was actually 3.
Most faculty and most instructors think that assessment is simply there to give out grades and to measure student achievement. But you can also use assessment in addition to diagnose when students are not learning, can help you see things that are not happening as you would like. And if you have time and opportunity, you might make adjustments in your course and actually improve the instructional process from the types of assessments that you collect.
Oh, I never thought of it that way.
Now, some of the most common assessments are exams and quizzes. Most faculty, most teachers use exams and quizzes. But some other common methods involve writing papers, producing a project, producing a product, doing a presentation, doing performances. There's any number of different methods you can use. And again, you can certainly Google and do some searching and find a number of different ways to assess student learning.
So what do you exactly mean by performance?
Well, this could be where, for instance, you might have a particular skill that you want students to have. Let's say in a language course, you want them to speak at a certain proficiency level. We could actually give them an assignment where they need to perform a skit, or you could give them some sort of a real-life role play in which they need to speak in that particular language. That could be an example of a performance.
Oh, okay.
When you're looking at the specific learning assignments, specific learning objective assignments, again, you want to pay close attention to the verbs you use. So if you're assessing using exams, then oftentimes you're going to use verbs like identify or recall, especially if the exams are multiple choice. If your students are being assessed by writing a paper, then again, that's the verb that may be most appropriate. Explain might also be something, a verb you'd use for a paper assessment. Presentations, demonstrate would be a good verb. If they're producing a product or a project, the verb might be construct or design. And again, here we have performance. Here you might have them reciting a poem that they've memorized, or in an art class they might be drawing something which could be considered a performance. So the verb should match up with and be in line with the assessments.
So I can actually really use a variety of these and not just focus on exams, which may be very typical of a course.
Exactly. And we know that the different levels of learning involve higher levels of learning oftentimes are outside of simply giving an exam or a quiz.
That is great information. So for more information and other information on different learning outcome tips, please visit our website.
And we'll see you next time.